Alright guys, welcome to another CHP Paranormal Investigation. Tonight we're doing something a little bit different. I thought it'd be fun, kind of switched up a bit. We decided to go camping this weekend, and we got Bella the ghost hunting dog with us right there. There she is, first time in a long time.
Fire.
We got our fire going. We're at the Itchnatucky Springs campground. Now, the reason why I decided to do an investigation on this is because I went ahead and I looked up on Google, and I said, I typed in, is Itchnatucky Springs haunted? And I found this little thing. It's the first thing that it has to click on, and it talks about different parts of Florida out in the wilderness that are haunted. And this one's about Itchnatucky Springs, and we're in Fort White, Florida. And this is what it says. It says, thought as one of the prettiest watering holes in Florida, these springs are surrounded by lush greenery, trees, and bushy areas where invisible entities are often heard stalking through the woods. Visitors report hearing footsteps and twigs snapping when no one is around, along with a creepy feeling of being watched. One witness advised that he heard whispering in the bushes while swimming, so he climbed out to have a look. When he heard the whispers telling him to kill himself, he was mortified and raced back to the water, followed by stomping on the ground behind him. Once in the water, the whispers stopped, and he was depressed for weeks afterwards. So, when I read that, I was like, it'd be fun to see if we could possibly get out the PSB7 spirit box and see if we could make some kind of communication with any spirits that are possibly walking around trying to freak people out. We may catch something, we may not. Like I said, this is kind of a spur of the moment type investigation deal. We really weren't going to do much of any investigation this weekend. It was kind of more of a relaxing.
We were intending to go to Hog Island and investigate the legend of the swamp, which unfortunately all the campsites at Hog Island
That too.
were were pre-reserved by people with RVs who think they need RVs and electricity to go camping. So we found one of the few campsites left in the state of Florida that still has real primitive campsites.
Yes, and if you come in late at night, just go ahead and find yourself a open camping spot if you are doing tent camping. And then in the morning you go to the office, let them know what campsite you're at, and pay. The people are really cool that are running this place. It's one of the few places still in Florida that has walk-ins. Most places in Florida you have to reserve your spot. This is one of the few that still allows walk-ins. So if you had a spur of the moment, wanted to go camping, Itchnatucky Springs Campground is where you want to go. Big shout out to these guys.
And just a real quick, we are not actually in the Itchnatucky Springs State Park where we're located. We are about 10-15 minutes up the road from them at most. So the springs where that report happened are not where we are in our campgrounds. But, I mean...
I just figure if it's in Itchnatucky...
No, I just wanted to clarify that we're not actually in the swing. Unfortunately, it is a state park that
Go lay down.
You cannot get in at this time of night. They have opening and closing hours, and so we're doing what we can from where we're at.
Yeah. And I mean, you'll hear people in the background, so if you're listening with your earbuds, like I said, we are at a campground. There are other families out here camping. So
There's a huge bonfire party going on next to the owner's trailer, so
yeah. I mean, so there's nothing we can really do about that background noise. But I don't know, if you guys like this kind of thing right here and you think it's pretty cool, let us know in the comments below, and we'll try to do a couple more of these. We'll try to go camping in the wilderness where it's supposed to be haunted, and do a little investigation there. Why not? I mean, more places, more content for you guys. So okay, so if there's any spirits around, I've got this device in my hand. My name's Chad, and my wife Heather, and we got our dog Bella with us. We don't mean you any harm. We just want to ask you a few questions, and possibly if you have a story to get out there, we'd like to help you get that story out there. I can't see a daggum thing.
oh, that's loud. On the bonus side, how many of our fellow campers can we freak out completely?
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Ooh,
There we go. Is there any spirits here trying to communicate with us?
it's hard to tell because we're getting a little bit of actual radio interference.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna freak people out again. I'm switching.
Better.
Yeah. I just read that there's spirits that like to tell people to kill themselves. If that's true, can you come along and tell us? And tell us why you tell people to kill themselves? I know at one time this was major Indian grounds and Indian habitat. Is there any Indians? I think I said one. If you are you
Possibly.
upset with what has happened to your land? Why do you just sit around and just watch people? Is there anything you'd like to tell anybody? Are you somebody who possibly drowned in the springs, in the river? Did you get separated from your family? So is the report true that a spirit tried to tell a guy to kill himself, that he jumped back in the water to get away from. Catch that one?
Possibly it might have said maybe, I don't know. Playback would be best. Or if somebody else watching caught it, that'd be great.
We got a lot of stuff that you can use for energy if you're having trouble with energy. You can use the energy from the fire, use the energy from Bella, from me to help you communicate with us. How long you been haunting these woods? Was this just one of your favorite places to come to? Are you native to the state of Florida?
We don't want to piss off our other campmates too much.
Huh? What'd you say, hon?
I said we don't want to run that too long and piss people off too much.
Yeah.
We were definitely getting some responses. If you guys were able to pick any of that up, please drop it in the comment section.
Thank you for communicating with me. I'm going to go ahead and turn this device off now, and we leave you in peace.
The responses were really hard to make out, at least for me.
Your Palm Gear device is off.
I
Goodbye.
may be able to make some more of it out when I go back and listen and review the footage. And like I said, if you guys picked anything up, please put it in the comment section.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a short video. I mean, it's not your, like I said, this isn't your, we're not doing your typical investigation where we're actually walking around and trying to locate a certain spot, you know, and unfortunately it's hard to get any kind of camping sites inside the park itself if it even has campsites in it. And you know, maybe that's the hot spot. I don't know, but we gave it a try, and we were getting a little bit of responses, I think, there. But like my wife said, it was really hard to make out. We're really gonna have to listen really good when we go back and edit and have our headphones on to hear it a little bit better.
And we wanted to make sure that we had some footage for you guys this week, something new. And while we figured, why not? We're out here enjoying ourselves. Why not mix something we love to do with something we love to do?
Exactly.
And when there's history and even stories, mind you, like he said, the stories on Google. Anybody can write anything on Google, on the internet, on the computer. That's just the reality of it.
That's why we investigate it.
Exactly.
You know, every investigation starts with a story, and it just takes the person who's investigating it to go and put the pieces of the puzzle to see if the story has merit or not. And that's our job as paranormal investigators. Can we find facts to back up these stories? You know,
Doesn't mean we won't come back here. This is one of my favorite places to come. I haven't been here in a lot of years, but it's been really nice to be here again. And we'll definitely be coming back here.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. I just saw these.
Now, heads up, we are at a natural spring, which could mess with the currents of the water flowing and things like that nearby. And from this point, I cannot see them on camera, just
Well-
so you know.
Alright, guys. You can, so they're going to be hard to see. So please, guys, you're going to have to kind of take my word for it a little bit more.
He's gonna try around with the dowsing rods. We're not sure how accurate they'll be, just because they are supposed to react to natural elements, water, things like that. And,
If there's-
but
Oh, keep going.
it's worth a shot.
If there's any spirits here, all you got to do is cross the rods for yes and cross them for no, or just have them do nothing for no. So if there's any spirits around, please cross the rods.
I can see vibration in the rods.
This right one is vibrating like crazy.
Yeah, I can see it from my vantage point anyways. The camera's not really picking them up.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we do have them crossing. Thank you. If you don't mind, can you please straighten them back out for me, so I can continue asking questions? I ain't gonna lie, it feels like something is tugging on this left one. Like, tugging it. Straighten them out, please. I can't ask any more questions till you straighten them out. Thank you. Now understand, I can only ask yes or no questions. So for yes answers, you cross them. For no answers, spread them out wide. Are you a male spirit? Thank you. They crossed, ladies and gentlemen, they crossed again. So that means we got a yes answer. I'm sorry if y'all are not able to see this on the camera. You know, just please take my word for it, and can you straighten back out for me, please? Straighten both of them, please. What are you doing? Can you straighten that one in my left hand back out, please? Straighten it back out. I can't start the questioning without you having them both pointing straight in front of me. Wow, I have never seen it do it that clearly before, hon. Like, it was literally pointing off to my left.
I can see it from here.
Do you see how fast it went straight and just stopped?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've never seen it do that before. Are you a young spirit? Or let me clarify. Were you young when you passed away? All right. They crossed for yes. All right. We're going to straighten them back out again so we can continue asking questions. Like, hon, I haven't seen these act like this since St. Augustine. All the way straight. Remember, you got to point them straight ahead of me. Are you younger than 20 years old when you passed away? Okay, thank you. They crossed again for yes, so supposedly we're talking to a spirit that's younger than 20. Can you straighten them back out for me, please? Straighten them all the way back out. Oh, no. You gotta straighten it all the way back out. No, you don't want to straighten them back out?
I I mean, it's possible we have spirits that like screwing with campers.
Yeah, and right now, to describe what it feels like these things are doing, it feels like whatever it is trying to squeeze me with the rods. Can you please straighten them back out so we can continue talking and having a conversation? Like, how about this? Can you point one of the rods in the direction you're standing?
I think they're done.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, they're done. Well, I thank you for that slight communication that you had with us. That was pretty cool. Alright, guys, so
I do have to admit, like, the last time I really, really used the rods was in St. Augustine, the first time, and the way they reacted and the way it felt to use them and have them reacting was pretty freaking cool, personally. Like, it was almost like I was able to instantly bond with the dowsing rods. The same thing for our pendulum. I was able to pretty much instantly bond with those items. And, thankfully, my husband and I share a bond and a connection, so we're able to share those items. Generally speaking, those are not communication tools that you share with other people because you bond with them and they become yours.
yes. And so with that, I mean, we have to go on with what we were shown with the rods. Were we speaking to a younger entity that was younger than 20 years old? We might have been. Could have been an entity just screwing with us. Could be also. You know, it's a thing about with the rods is because you can only really ask yes or no questions. It's hard to narrow down, and it takes time to narrow down exactly what it is that the story that they're trying to get out. So I figured, what the hey, we could barely hear what was on the spirit box. Why not try the dowsing rods? And looked like we had something there with the dowsing rods. Who knows? It was pretty crazy. The one time that it swung from over here and it stopped dead, pointing straight. I mean, it went that fast too. So, well, guys, unfortunately, that's it that we have for you on this investigation. We're just sitting around the campfire. Decided to let y'all join us around this campfire and saw the story about Itchnatucky Springs. And since we're here, we decided, let's see if there's any merit to the story. Once again, if you guys like what we did tonight and like us to do more of these type of things, we were thinking about doing camping trip at least once a month or maybe once every other month. Let us know in the comments below what you guys thought, and we'll do these kind of things again. So if you want to reach us on any of our social media networks, guys, CHP, we got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, CHP Paranormal Investigations. If you, a loved one, a friend, have a place that is haunted, or you think it's haunted, and you'd like somebody to come investigate it, and maybe you're being disturbed by the spirits and would like a cleansing, you could also reach us via email at chp.paranormal.16@gmail.com. That's chp.paranormal.16@gmail.com.
And also, if you guys like real investigators that aren't afraid to tell you the truth, check out the Angry Cajun, and follow Truth Army Paranormal on Facebook. It was a group created by a fan of the Truth Army, which we are proud to say we are a part of. And you want somebody else that's going to give it to you straight or give you a real investigation, Angry Cajun is definitely someone to do that.
Yes. And my wife wants to say thank you. I started drinking Rockstar Fruit Punch because one place didn't have my game fuel that I like. And it's really good, so I've been drinking it a lot more. So, yeah, thank you, Bayou. Well, with that being said, guys, thank you for joining us on this one. And please share, like, subscribe. When you hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications so you know when we're putting up new videos for you guys. We do this not just for us, but for you guys also, because we want to put our stuff out there. We want to show you what real investigating is. So with that being said, guys, I'll see you at the next haunt.